Hello, my earth signs. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today we're going to take a look at the energy coming in for this next week. I hope you all enjoyed the weekend and are ready for this next week coming up. Let's take a look and see what's happening for you. I think we'll start with, let's see, Taurus, Taurus. We'll start with Taurus. And like, share, comment. If you feel led, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you want. Okay. I do have an email here. If you want to comment, shoot me an email. That's okay. I'll talk back. Right. And so let me know what type of readings you all are looking for. And yeah, I'd like to know like what type of things you are looking for other than just a normal energy reads. I'm trying to tap in and see like what type of things my viewers are looking for. And so if you wouldn't be too busy, take a moment to shoot me an email, let me know, okay? Or you can comment below too. That's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Make sure you like, share, or comment, okay? Taurus, let's take a look for you. So for this next week for Taurus, let's take a look and see what's happening for Taurus. For Taurus this next week. I hope you got some rest over this weekend, all this beautiful sun. I guess it depends on where you are. But there is lots of beautiful sun out here where I am. I hope it was nice enough for you to enjoy it where you are. So we have the Fool, the Hierophant, and the Three of Pentacles coming out. And so over this next week, I do feel like it's going to be adventurous. There's something coming through as an adventure. Feels like it could have something to do with school or some type of institution. There's some type of excitement around that. It could be work of some kind. There's some exciting events happening for you. That's going to give you an outlet to reach for something more. I do feel like this could be certain gatherings that you'll have. It almost feels like it could be work, gathering with coworkers. It could also be some other type of social event or fellowship I'm hearing. So there's something different you'll be doing this week that's outside of your normal routine of things. For some of you, you definitely have your mind on your money and your money on your mind. For some of you, you're thinking about connections. I don't know if you are currently connected with a soulmate, right? You will be thinking heavily, or maybe your soulmate will be thinking of you this week, Taurus. You're going to find yourself wondering possibly where all this new energy is coming from. It could be if you are entering into a new connection, this connection is giving you life, right? But this is an opportunity if you do find yourself coming, having a lot of new energy coming in. This is a time to make sure that you provide opportunity to utilize that energy and not to burn yourself out. Like just because you have a lot of energy doesn't mean you have to go ham, There may be a need to actually plan and not just go on the whim this week. You're looking to plan things out. There are things that you're wanting to do specifically this week. I hear Spirit saying it's going to be beneficial to plan it instead of just spontaneously doing things. Plan them. Something about saving you energy and time. Let's see what else comes out for you, Taurus. Whether it's work or whether it's making time for dates or your significant other, planning is going to be the most beneficial. I also have the Ace of Swords, the Temperance, and the Five of Wands. Yeah. Because if you're not careful on this next week, you might find yourself feeling very scattered, moving a lot, but not getting a lot done, right? If you don't plan and utilize the time wisely and actually structure the time that you have, you may lose a lot of time, right? There's also something that requires patience here, and feels like you're going to be impatient about something, wanting something possibly to come in, maybe requesting some kind of information this week that's not coming in fast enough for you. And so you're going to be kind of challenged by that, receiving this information. And if it's information that you're receiving this week, did I say month? I meant week. This might not be the information you wanted to receive, which is also going to require you to be patient, right? Because you're going to just have to, right? So you may be receiving information this week that is not necessarily information you want to receive. And you'll need to really just allow yourself to receive it with grace. Some of you may be receiving unexpected visitors this week. Someone's going to be showing up unexpectedly. I have the Three of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. This week is going to provide, if you are dealing with unexpected company, I feel like there's going to be events that happen that allow you to wiggle your way out of it. I don't know why I'm hearing that and I'm seeing that. But there's going to be things that happen that's going to give you an excuse to wiggle out of this unwanted company that comes your way this week. Things are actually going to unfold in your favor in some type of way. I do see you standing in a little bit of luck this week as things are kind of unfolding and settling to your advantage. What seems like a restriction may not be a restriction. It may actually position you in rooms where you need to be at the right time, at the right place. Otherwise, you may miss opportunities. Okay. So, what seems like an issue may not be. It may be spirit kind of orchestrating you being in the right place at the right time this week. Yeah. This week is going to be a week of you needing to really utilize your patience and your skills when it comes to dealing with situations that stretch you thin. I do have the Queen of Cups, the Justice, and the Ten of Swords. I feel like there's some things this week that may, in fact, test your patience. It may test your emotional maturity. It may test your integrity. And this could be you just having to deal with things not happening in your time frame that you want it to happen. This could be dealing with people, not really being in integrous energy. Um, there's some difficulties I feel like that you'll be facing this week. But whatever this is, it's how we deal with it. We always will have to deal with something that rubs us the wrong way or people that we feel like could have handled things better, or we compare them and say, I would have never did that to you. But the reality of it is that people are people. We can't expect people to be us. The only thing that we can do is really allow those things to make us better instead of bitter, right? I hear spirit saying that allow these situations this month to make you better, Taurus, not bitter. Okay. This Ten of Swords gives me the energy of maybe some backstabbing happening this month. Maybe somebody is not who they pretend to be in your face, but nevertheless, right? It's followed by the Justice and the Queen of Cups. So, first of all, it's the idea of understanding that what we put out, we always get back. And so, even though that's the energy that's given, you have the decision of making sure that you reciprocate an energy that you want to receive back, right? Because the justice is here and the wheel of fortune is here too. There's a lot of karma that comes up this next week. So there's an opportunity for you to consciously and intentionally put out the energy that you want to receive back, not even considering the type of energy that you're being given, because that has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with them. So, Spirit is saying this week, focus on the energy that you want to bring back to you, okay? Let's see what the Oracle cards bring out for you, Taurus. For Taurus over this next week, what do we have? And I'm hearing taking your kindness for weakness. It really is unfortunate, especially when we deal with people that think that our ability to be kind is actually a weakness or some sign of uh, vulnerability. Vulnerability is really a strength, and it's our ability to show up in our best self, regardless, right, of what it is that um, we're dealing with outside of ourselves. Vulnerability is being able to still show up in your best self in expectation of what you bring, right? And not concerning yourself with what everybody else is going to do because that's their business, right? Dealing with this energy of karma, right? That's where vulnerability is viewed as a strength. I can't tell you the many times that I knew I was being played. I knew I was being taken for a fool, but I continued to do the right thing. And guess what? It always pays off. It always does. And it just increases your level of integrity, the energy, the vibration that you carry. It just increases that and lifts you up vibrationally, right? And so I hear spirit saying that not to worry, but make sure you come with your very best energy. It's not saying be a fool and lay down and let people walk over you, but your response can be that of integrity. Okay. And so I hear the hungry ghost here, the spiral dancer, and the map maker of destiny. And so there's something about um, when I look at the hungry ghost, this is the energies of, it really is devil energy, right? This is talking about that lack mentality, almost like the energy vampires and I don't know why I'm hearing succubus and incubus energies. Ooh, be careful, Taurus. Because there's something here about obsession, scarcity consciousness, and attachments, right? And so be careful, right? Be careful this month. Even as you stand in this energy in your highest vibration, Spirit is not saying to be a fool, right? And allow people to just come, and just leech off of you. They say they're coming for a week and then they stay for like months and then you can't get them out. You can always say no, and you can do it integriously, with respect and with love, right? There's something here about not being an enabler, um, not enabling people. Sometimes tough love is necessary. Like this could even be someone close to you, someone family, that tries to come in and attach themselves in ways that will just drain you, right? The spirit is saying no, but do it in love, do it with integrity, and, with respect, with compassion, And so that energy is coming out. So be careful. And it doesn't mean it has to be someone close to you, it could be someone you don't know or someone you're trying to get to know. Use your intuition and your discernment, okay, this week. Because I feel like there could be someone coming in trying to, I don't know, like attach themselves to you for some reason. We have the spiral dancer talking about your path, that it's not going to be a straight line. Something about not having to have everything go as planned. So many times when we start something or when we realize we're on a journey, we think that it's supposed to be like just a straight line straight across when it's anything but that. It's very, you know, awkward. The line is actual spiral. It's up and down, it's in, it's out, right? It's all about how we're looking at it. There's something about you looking at where you are, where you've been, where you're going, and accepting that there's going to be a lot, with this. There's going to be a lot to wait for. There's going to be a lot that we have to endure as we get to where we want to go. Lots of ins and outs. And it's understanding that it's not supposed to be a straight line. All of these things have purpose. Just like the map maker of destiny, talking about authentic purpose. This all places you right where you're supposed to be at any given time to learn exactly what you're supposed to be learning, where you are. Right. So be inspired, be encouraged about this, that everything is playing out as planned. The Wheel of Fortune did come out, which talks about that energy, destiny, right? For you, everything is playing out like you'll be in the right place at the right time. Just trust it. Okay. And try not to get too frustrated with the timing. There's something here about things not happening in the time that you expected it to. But it is, though. Okay. So have patience and have trust, is what I hear Spirit saying. Okay. Taurus, thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. And I hope you enjoyed this week and this new energy that you'll be in this week with the Fool. Okay. There's something that's a little different than your normal routine this week. So enjoy it. All right. Make sure you like, share, and comment, Taurus. Let's do Virgo next. Virgo. Energy for Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. How you doing? Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. I do have an email here. If you want to shoot me an email, you're more than welcome to do so. Not that one. You're more than welcome. There we go. Bloodyspeak@gmail.com. That's for you. Talk to me. I'll talk back. And let's take a look and see. For Virgo, thank you, Spirit. What is the energies for this next week coming out? for Virgo. For Virgo. Hope you enjoyed this weekend, Virgo, and got some rest. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Emperor. The Ace of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Emperor. This week. So I feel like there's new ideas coming in for you on how to resolve a problem. And this might be some type of problem with a father figure, or maybe you are the father figure on how to restore order to some situation where something maybe was done. I feel like there's going to be some type of change, ideas around how to change a situation. And it almost feel like there's going to be like a father figure that steps in to restore order in the situation where something happened to throw everything off balance. I don't know why I'm hearing healing, wounding. Somebody was wounded, feeling wounded. Um, yeah, there's going to be like some healing happen here. And the father figure will be part of this environment to bring back this energy of um, to settle the energy, right? In the environment here. I don't know if this has been an ongoing problem, but it feels like new information coming in around this on how to settle it. I also have the Seven of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. It feels like having your boundaries up, that's your focus. Something about having your boundaries up and securing, the area where you are, possibly even having some type of interaction with the past, but it feels heavy. Whatever this is that'll be coming up from the past, it feels heavy. Having something come back up or resurface to deal with it again, or protecting yourself against that. Let's see. For Virgo. So we have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Cups. And so there's something here about creativeness, creativity. Uh, I don't know if you will be just trying to find ways to spark some part of creativity, tapping into possible things to, you know, get your creative juices flowing here. Um, and getting some clarity. There's something about clarity needed this week. I don't know if you'll be working close to someone that will be helping you in that way, getting clear on things that you can do to get the creativity flowing here. Maybe taking suggestions, getting tidbits of things that is useful. There's something about tapping into creativity and finding strategies to do that with the Knight of Swords. So, what is this creativity for Virgo? Let's take a look. Yeah, the Empress came out. You may need to get out into nature. That may help. When the Tower comes out, that may help. And you know what else helps with creativity? Being able to um, tap into parts of, you know, the difficult parts of who we are. I know for a lot of people, when we look at artists, artists are very, number one, intuitive when it comes to their art because they're able to actually channel it from certain places that they've experienced. Sometimes it's pain, sometimes it's love. Like when people fall in love, all of a sudden they just have this opening of creativity just sparking everywhere. It gives me that feel. But there's something about this week where there's going to be like a spark of creativity that's just going to open up for you. And it may even be at a moment where you're feeling like the least amount of creative as you can feel. But in that moment, it's gonna spark creativity and it's just gonna overflow and pour out. So I do feel like this is about creativity, you finding time and space. Let's see what else comes out here. For Virgo this week. Let's see what you're not seeing. What is it that Virgo is not seeing? Ah, we have the Magician, the Two of Pages, and the Strength. What you're not seeing. All right. So with the Strength, almost feels like there's almost it feels like a place that is untouched. Um, and allowing that to be open, not being afraid of what would come out, right? This could be tapping into the creativity. It could just be in general being open and allowing yourself to open up and see what comes out. This moment will absolutely show up this week. Having a moment where you have the opportunity to tap into places where you may not have before. It may be something a little intimidating with doing that, but I feel that here. Also, there may be a lot of things pulling at you this week. You may find yourself juggling things this week that you didn't recognize would come up this week. You might find yourself multitasking and juggling things. Be careful that you don't overexert yourself and wear yourself out. Um, you also may be doing a lot of creating this week too. A lot of ideas that you will be grabbing hold of and actually turning into something that you can actually work with. I feel that as well. I do feel like there's a lot there's going to be more to do this week than you realize. And then you'll have an opportunity to dig into places within you that for some reason you haven't, or you'll be being guided to do that. And you'll have an opportunity to create. I do see that as well. And these are things that I don't feel like you've planned to do, but they're going to come up. Hmm. Lots of cards came out for you, Virgo. We have the King of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Judgment. And so there's going to be something that shows back up. There's something that's resurrected this week. I don't know if it's something you put on a shelf, you're going to be pulling back down to work with, but there's something that is coming up this week, some type of opportunity that you'll end up having this week. That's going to be beneficial for you. And this opportunity is beneficial because it is more than an opportunity. It actually is going to be something that opens up that's going to have a plethora of different things that it opens up to, right? It actually turns into be this huge opportunity that leads to several different options. But there's something about this opportunity that comes in. There's something about it. You're going to see some type of restriction. But Spirit is saying where there is a will, there is a way. And so there is no restriction. So don't fool yourself. Just be open to see all possibilities when it comes to this opportunity, when it opens up to you. Okay. Don't look for the limitations. Look for the possibilities, Virgo. Yeah. For some of you, you'll end up having the opportunity to actually display and showcase something that you've been working on. I feel like you have an audience for some type of work that you do, and you'll actually get kudos. Yeah, someone's going to see the work and see all of the hard work that you've been putting into it, which may even lead to people, approaching you. And then there's something here about being really unique with the King of Cups and having a unique perspective when it comes to what it is that you do, how you connect with people. The King of Cups is really an interesting energy because it's unique. It doesn't really worry about fitting into a certain, uh, you know, perspective. It is its own energy. It shows up very unique and very confident and sure of itself. Very balanced emotionally and easy to connect with as well. So this could actually be, I feel like this could be someone that you will be connecting with, a King of Cups. And this person may have something to do with your process, okay? Let's go ahead and get some Oracle. What other advice do we have for Virgo here? Okay. We have the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, the Desert Prince, the Lady of the Mirror, and the Winged Wise Ones. And so discernment is definitely needed this next week. The Ringmaster Scrutiny is asking you to be clear with your visions this week. Be clear with your expectations this week. Be clear with what it is that you are even sitting down to do this week. That's necessary. And there's some need for discernment over this week, too. The Desert Prince is all about you understanding that your needs will be met, right? It's about survival and false promises. But with that being said, I feel like Spirit is bringing up the fact that if you have a promise that you've been holding on to, it could be something as far as all of your needs will be met, right? Spirit is just reminding you not to fall into um, destitute because your needs will be met, okay, with the Desert Prince. Even if it's met, even at the last moment where you didn't think it was going to be met, Spirit will always come through, is what I'm getting here. And so hold on to whatever promise you were given, right? It will follow through, okay? The Lady of the Mirror is talking about reflection and non judgment. There may be something here about really being able to embrace every part of self. As I look at this card, there's a reflection in the mirror here. There's something about just embracing, not judging, just completely accepting every part of what it is that you're seeing. There's also something about mirroring with other people as well, non judgment in that way as well. But I feel like it's more with you just being completely embracing of everything that is right now. Okay. Find ways to embrace every part of what is right now, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. And then with the winged wise ones, this talks about you having help coming in, angelic help. You may, in fact, on this week see miracles show up for you. Things that would not normally happen in the physical may happen for you this week. Okay. This talks about having help in the spirit realm here. And that's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was always a pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Spirit is basically just saying, remember the promise. Remember the promise. Hold fast to it. Okay. It will not fail. All right. That was for you, Virgo. Thank you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if it resonated, how it resonated. You could also send me an email if you'd like. Okay. Here's my email, ladyspeak@gmail.com. All right. I'll see you next time, Virgo. Thanks. Who do we have next for Earth? We have Capricorn. All right. Capricorn. How you doing, Cap? How are you? Thank you for stopping by to Blood Moon Oracle. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. And if you find yourself subscribing, make sure you hit the bell, okay? Let's take a look and see what's happening for you over the next 7 days. Over the next 7 days for Capricorn. Queen of Pentacles coming out. Feels very balanced within your environment. Your environment feels very calm and relaxed. You could be someone who has lots of plants in your environment. If you don't, that might be something to help calm your environment. If you feel like a lot of anxiety in your environments, get some plants. That'll change the vibration of your environment. For Capricorn, I don't know why I'm feeling anxious. I feel anxious. And so Page of Swords. And the Ace of Wands. All right. And so there may be some message that you're getting this week about a change in your environment. Yeah. Some message you're getting this week about a change in your environment, a new opportunity coming in for someone. Um, but there's some message that you'll be receiving about some change or an opportunity to change something. I don't know why I'm feeling a little anxious here, but let's take a look and see what comes out. We have Justice, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Cups. And so, for someone, there is someone that you have on your mind this week that causes um, some friction, right? Some type of conflict, mental conflict this week. And it feels like you want to do right, but there's something about the situation, something about the person that makes it difficult. Um, there's some action that you're wanting to take. You'll be thinking of taking this week, but you're having second thoughts about it. There's some conflict about it, what it is that you want to do. Okay. This feels like some change coming in or some challenge around money, the idea of money, um, and how you can possibly find ways to feel good about this situation or what's happening. This could be some type of legal action being taken against you. I'm seeing and hearing that as well. Um, that may not be for everybody, though. But there's something about needing to um, find a way to deal with the situation and possibly position yourself or empower yourself to deal with it the best way possible. But I do feel like you're looking for options, for ways to creatively handle this situation. I don't know if you find the advice that you're being given, you're not finding it, it's not aligning with you, with what you had in mind. So we have the Star, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. And so it may not come in immediately, but your way of getting through this, it will happen. It may take a little bit longer than necessary. This may even give time for you to start preparing for this because it feels like something financial. It may give a little time for you to start preparing and stashing for this that you have on your mind, or you're trying to decide whether or not you want to do it. Um, this is going to take some strategy and clarity too. And so the time that you're being given, you may have asked for more time to get, this together. The time that you're being given is going to give you the room and the space to prepare yourself for this financially, mentally, time wise. Put together a strategy to be able to look over things closer, even get all of the information concerning this as possible. This feels like it's not something you want to just jump into unknowingly. So this week, there's something that will definitely be on your mind. It may feel a little bit conflictual because you're wanting to handle it. You're wanting to, handle it the correct way. You're wanting to do the right thing here. And I do feel that everything will actually happen and settle in a way that it's going to be beneficial for you to handle it. I do feel there's going to be, it feels like it could be for some of you something you're doing just out of the goodness of your heart, something you're wanting to do. For those of you that it doesn't pertain to law or a court case, right? There's some level of fulfillment that you're getting out of this, being able to do this. And this may actually, there's something about starting or cultivating some type of connection where you may end up in a position to guide or to lead another. They may end up looking up to you, in that way. This places you like in some type of leadership position for others. This may even be some type of community um, dealings that may not be for everybody. It could actually be family with the Ten of Cups. It could also be community, but there's some kind of fulfillment, connection here that I'm feeling. And it feels destined as well. And so this week for you, you're going to be like really strategizing in your head about methods and how you want to handle this. For some of you, it's something you're wanting to do. For someone else, for others, this is you having to handle some type of legal situation. What is the guidance coming through for Capricorn? guidance coming through for Capricorn. Yeah, I'm really getting strongly doing something out of the goodness of your heart for someone. So we have the Arrow Master, the Hungry Ghost, and the Resting Tree. And so the Arrow Master gives me um, your ability to really strategize or set a goal and do it. Spirit is saying this is totally doable if this is what you want to do. Okay, the Arrow Master. All you have to do is set the intention, detach from the outcome, and just let everything else fall where it may. Okay, especially with the Wheel of Fortune coming in the outcome, this feels like everything will, like it's going to work out in the end, especially for you, Capricorn. There's something beneficial in this that's going to work out for you. We also have a hungry ghost. Now, this is one to be careful of because this is about dealing with our shadow side. So there could be someone here in the picture, which may be why there's a little bit of conflict for whatever reason that you are dealing with too while you're trying to decide whether or not to do this good deed. Because the hungry ghost talks about energies that lack limits. It's the type of energies that don't have any like type of discipline or and it's dealing with things like obsession and scarcity consciousness and attachment. It's like not knowing when to stop or when to let go or um, when to say enough is enough. And a good example would be like, say, if you wanted to do something kind for someone and that someone knows that you're not in a good spot to do it, but they will still take it, knowing that it's going to put you in a rough spot and you may in fact like lose your car because maybe you're not able to pay your car note or something and they still take it. It's that kind of energy, like the lack of consciousness in some type of way. And so this is coming up, and so there's something about maybe the lack of limits here somewhere in the equation. And so spirit is saying use your discernment and really think about this. This shouldn't be something that is like an overnight decision. This is something that you really need to chew on and really, if possible, come up with something that's not going to place you in a difficult space. Okay. The resting tree, having patience and stillness. This is going to take time to come up with the solution. And so, whatever it is that you're deliberating this week, Capricorn, I feel like it feels beautiful with the justice. It feels like something that would be honorable, doing the right thing here. Um, and maybe even balancing some things out too. But there's a method to this that needs to be applied. I don't feel like it's something that you could just do, like it's something that you actually need to strategize, whatever it is. Okay. You know what it is. Let me see if Spirit will give us more information. What is this that Capricorn is thinking of doing? Nine of Cups. So it could be sharing something that you have, sharing some of your resources. This is you seeing that you are in a beautiful place and that you have an abundance. You may be looking at someone else that's kind of like in a position of lack right now, and you want to share something that you have with them to ease their difficulty. Um, The Three of Wands. You may see someone that, wants to. Three of Wands, I don't know why I'm hearing travel, right? You may be trying to send someone off on a vacation or to visit a relative. You're thinking of paying for the travel costs for them. Or you could be thinking with the Five of Wands of doing something nice that will ease someone else's situation. That person may be in a very scattered situation right now, and something that you can do might ease the tension of their situation. And so, or bring a level of control or organization back to their situation. And so, whatever that is, okay, it is your choice, Capricorn. Think about it. Think about it long, okay? And make sure that there is some benefit in that for you as well, okay? Thank you so much, Capricorn, for stopping by. It is always a pleasure. Next time, um, I look forward to reading for you. And so, like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led and you're just passing by. Hit the bell if you feel led as well. Here's my email if you want to stop by and say, hey, Letty Speaks is my email. All right. I will see you all next time. Think about it, Cap. Okay. Bye.